Yeah.
The ref throws it up, and the Raiders start with the ball.
The Raiders are in the yellow jerseys, while Hawks are in the white.
And number 4, Zach Washington, gives it over to, and number 3, Sterling Sharp has it to Bingham, who gets the layup, gives the Raiders a quick 2-0 lead. Great way to start the game for the Raiders. 11 dribbles it up the court. That's Carlos Eubanks, who misses the layup, and Bingham gets the rebound. And that's going to be a foul on the Hawks. So Raider ball. Zach Washington will, excuse me, I am sorry, that's Kevin Penny who will take it up the court. Nice try there on defense for the Hawks, and Zach Washington has it over to Penny, to Bingham, or over to Dorrell Foster. Oh, and good defense over there by the Hawks for the steal. That's Jalen Upshaw with the fast break layup. Oh, and it just goes in and out. That was a close one, John.
Very close.
Bingham dribbles it up the court and gives it to Foster.
Nice catch by Foster there. Almost went out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great athletic play there. It's going to be, traveling on Foster. We're going to have a replay on that one. A great layup there by, I believe that was Devin Darby.
Upshaw. Yep.
Oh, no, excuse me, Jalen Upshaw.
You saw how it just bounced on the top and barely missed the net.
It's Hawk ball after the Raiders were called for traveling. You can't take too many steps there in basketball. You got to dribble. So the Hawks pass it around, and they give it to 11, Carlos Eubanks, and it's off the rim, and the Raiders get the rebound. Raiders trying to dribble it up the court, but they're stopped by the good Hawk defense, and it's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where the rep, and it's going to be the Raider basketball.
It was knocked out of bounds by Raymond Hall.
Kevin Penny passes it in to Zach Washington, who gives it to Sterling Sharp. Good defense there by the Hawks. Oh, and the Hawks collect the turnover.
Very good steal. It's all in that defense right there.
Oh, and Ray Hall misses the 3, and Bingham gets the rebound.
It's hard not to get the rebound when you're that tall.
Yeah. Oh, but that's going to be a turnover, and it's going to go over to the Hawks. Hawk ball. Oh, the junior guard, Matt Kassar, passes it in and gives it to Jalen Upshaw, over to number 11, Carlos Eubanks. And that's Ray Hall with the ball. Hawks are passing it around. Great teamwork right there. Oh, and they missed the shot, but that is Ray Hall who catches it and gets the layup. Great play there by Ray Hall. And it is now a 2-2 basketball game.
Looks like we have a big crowd for tonight's game.
Yes, we do.
Almost all the bleachers are filled up.
Oh, players are battling for the ball, and the Hawks come away with it. And so Ray Hall will dribble it up the court, but good defense there by Zach Washington. Oh, and the Raiders get the steal. Oh, and Caleb Hogan's misses the layup, but the Raiders get their own rebound. That's Bingham with the shot. Oh, and just misses it off the rim. Hawk basketball. And we are going to have a foul, it looks like, on the Raiders, excuse me. The Raiders making a substitution. They bring in Dorrell Foster and sub out Zach Washington. So it's Hawk basketball as they try to take it up the court.
Matt and Raymond passing back and forth, trying to get up the court.
Shot by Ray Hall, and it is good. Great shot there by Ray Hall. And it is now a 4-2 game for the Hawks as they get the steal, too, on the inbounds. Oh, but the Raiders get it back.
Out of bounds on the Hawks?
I believe so. Great defense here played by both teams, as there have been many, many turnovers. The team's got to learn to take care of that ball, though. We're gonna have a replay. Oh, and look, that's Caleb Hogan who just loses the ball.
Tried to save it, but missed it by a hair.
Yep. And so after the replay, it is a Hawk basketball as they take it up the court. And the shot just misses left off the rim. And the Raiders get the basketball back. Good rebound there.
All 4 points on the home score were scored by Raymond Hall, who is the top scorer on the team. He scored 70 points in 5 games. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and now it's 74, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 74 now.
And that's going to be on the Hawks, excuse me. And so that's going to be Raider basketball. Number 11, Brennan Schoberg, the senior, will inbound the ball. So the Raiders take it up the court. And Schoberg with the ball. Oh, wow, that looked like it might have hurt.
Almost looked like he did the splits.
Yeah. No, I can't do that
Yeah.
without hurting myself. That's Schoberg who gives it over to Dorrell Foster. Oh, and it's just in and out, but Bingham gets the rebound. Oh, and he's fouled by number 3, Dorian Fields. So it's going to be Raider basketball after the foul. That was the Hawks' second team foul. Caleb Hogan gives it over to his teammate. That's Dorrell Foster over to Hogan's again. And he's going to be, and there's going to be another foul on the Hawks. That foul is on Dorian Fields, so that is the 3rd team foul on the Hawks. Gotta watch that foul count.
That could win or lose the game for you right there.
It could.
All those extra points add up.
Oh, and there's the 3-point attempt, but it just misses off the rim. But Brendan Schoberg gets the rebound, and it looks to be. Ooh, let's see where they're going to say that's a Hawk basketball. So the Raiders turn it over and give it over to the Hawks. Number 1, Ray Hall, will inbound the ball. Good defense there by the Raiders as the Hawks try to take it up the court, and they finally do. There's the shot by Hall, and it misses. And the Raiders get the rebound. Oh, but the Hawks quickly get the ball back for 3, and it's in and out. Ugh, that kills you. Looks like it's going to go in, and then it just goes right back out.
Quite a bit of those shots so far.
Yeah. Oh, and Bingham takes it up, and he is fouled. You gotta foul him because he can just drive it right up to the basket. Probably can dunk it too at his height.
Yeah.
So Urban Bingham will shoot 2 free throws.
Makes the first.
Already 4 team fouls on the Hawks. They gotta be careful and make sure that they don't commit too many.
Yeah, only a couple minutes into the game as well.
Kevin Penny subs into the game. Yep. And the Hawks get the rebound off the missed free throw attempt, and it is a 4-3 basketball game now for the Hawks.
Jalen takes it up.
Oh, and the Raiders get the basketball, but oh, and it's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Number 0, Jalen Upshaw. Another foul. Ugh. It's already 5 for the Hawks to only the Raiders 1. So they got to watch out. Brennan Schoberg, number 11, will pass in the inbound. They give it to 0, Caleb Hagans, who takes it up from the free throw line, but he misses, and the Hawks will get the rebound. Good rebound there by the Hawks.
The Hawks have a good passing offense.
Yes, they do. Great teamwork. Just pass to pass to pass. No real ball hogs on the Hawks.
It makes the Raiders have to work harder to try to get it.
Yeah, they really need to play some good man-to-man defense and try and dip some steals like they just tried there, but it's going to be a reach and foul instead. So the Hawks are going to keep the basketball. Number 1, Ray Hall will pass the inbound. Oh, and it's blocked by Bingham. Oh, man. Ray Hall hit the ground, and it's going to be a great block there by Urban Bingham. We're going to have a replay of that one. Ugh, it was just beautiful. Again. And boom! Oh, man. All ball on that one. No foul. Just denied.
Shut down.
And the Raiders will take over again with the ball. Good defense, though, there by the Hawks, and they try to dribble it up. Oh, and number 2, Matt Kassar, is fouled. That's the 4th team foul on the visiting Raiders. So Kassar will shoot 2 free throws. Makes the first one. Swish.
Shoots out for the second one.
Oh, and it's off the rim, and Bingham gets the rebound. It's already a lot of rebounds there for Bingham. Starting to lose count.
Very.
And it's going to be a Raider ball. Oh, but it's off Bingham, and the Hawks are going to take over off the turnover.
Still a minute and 24 seconds left in the first period. And the score is Hawks 5, Raiders 3.
Great defense here has kept the score low.
Really well defense played on both teams.
Agreed. As number 1 goes for the 3. Oh, and he hits it. That's Ray Hall for the 3. That's the team's leading scorer as he adds to his point total. Great shot there by Hall. Let's get a replay on that beautiful 3-pointer. From way deep and just a beauty. Swish.
Very nice.
Yes,
no rim at all.
So now we are back in action as the Raiders will have the ball. That's Hogan's who inbounds it. Throws it way deep. Back to Erling Sharp, who dribbles it up the court. Looked like a Hail Mary pass on that inbound. And that's going to be Raider basketball. Coach Negoshin did not seem happy on that play.
Not at all.
We're going to see a replay on that one as the Hawks have good defense there. Just gets knocked out of bounds by the Hawks. So the Raiders inbound it after the Hawk foul. The score is 8-3 Hawks. Excuse me, the Raiders will be shooting free throws. That is number 1, Dorrell Foster. Is a 6'5" junior. And he makes the first one. Second one goes in, and it's now an 8-5 basketball game. The Hawks still with the 3-point lead, but the Raiders starting to make a bit of a comeback at the end of the first quarter.
Basketball is such an intense game.
Yes.
Running back and forth, always moving. It's really physically demanding.
It has been.
That's why I don't play. Plus, I can't make a basket for my life.
So the Hawks are going to keep the basketball after it's knocked out of bounds. And, oh, another block. That was blocked by number 1, Dorrell Foster. At 6'5", I'm sure he gets a lot of those. We're going to get a replay of that one. As he gives it over to DeMarco Red, but it is blocked, denied again. It's already 3 blocks for the Raiders. And we're back in action where they're fighting over the ball. And it looks like they're going to call that a jump ball, and the possession arrow is pointing over to the Hawks, so the Hawks will get the basketball.
Raymond went down on the ground for that. He really wanted to get it.
So they have a last shot at the 3, and they miss it at the end of the first quarter. Number 1, Ray Hall, tried to hit that another 3, but just couldn't hit it at the end. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is the Harrison Hawks 8 and the North Farmington Raiders 5. Excuse me, at the end of the first period.
As we can see the crowd there. Nice turnout for tonight on a Tuesday night.
We're taking a look at all the fans here at the game. They're sure enjoying a great one between the two really big rivals, the Hawks and the Raiders.
I'm sure many people know each other since we're just neighboring schools.
Yes. Fans from both schools here. So the Raiders will start with the basketball. Number 4, Zach Washington will pass in the ball. Start off the second period. Raiders pass it around. Oh, and it's going to go out of bounds over to us at the announcers table.
Nice save, Mike.
Thank you. I never really could play basketball that well, though. Not tall enough and just don't have the athletic ability like these guys do.
Yeah, these guys are so fit. It's crazy. Goes out again towards the bleachers.
Fans got to watch out there. Keep an eye out. That's why you got to watch the game 24/7. Just make sure no balls are coming flying at you.
Yeah, those bleachers are so close to the action.
Yes, they are.
You can almost taste it.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't taste very good. Might be
probably
might be a little sweaty.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Doesn't look that good. Oh, and there's a great shot there by Zach Washington, and that's going to be a 3-pointer to tie up the game 8-8, and they steal the ball. Oh, and it just goes in and out around the rim, but the Raiders get the rebound again.
A third rebound.
The three-point shot goes off the rim, so the Hawks will get the basketball, but that is a foul on number 0, Caleb Hogan's, so the Hawks will keep the basketball. And we are going to have a replay on that one.
Nice catch there.
Just Hogan's comes right up from behind him, steals the ball, and the ball just goes in and out around the rim. I hate it when I shoot those. And it just doesn't go in. And there's the 3-point attempt that goes off the rim, and it's going to be a Raider basketball. Ball went out of bounds.
The game is still tied at 8-8 in the second period of the game.
It was a foul on number 1, Ray Hall, so the Raiders will shoot 2 free throws.
They'll be shot by number 3,
Sterling Sharp,
Sterling Sharp.
the 6'2 sophomore. Not many sophomores make it onto the varsity basketball team. You have to be really, really good. So I guess he must have shown coaches something that they like to tryouts. And that's going to be a timeout by the Harrison Hawks as they try to come up with a strategy after this next free throw. And there you see Coach Negoshin leading his team in the huddle.
It's amazing. You got to be around for a little while to get 300 wins.
Yes, if you missed it, Coach Negoshin just won his 300th game in his last game. And I actually heard a rumor that he might be retiring this year, actually, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Losing a good coach.
Yes, he's going to leave around a great legacy in North Farmington basketball, that's for sure. And so we are back in action as Sharp will take his second free throw after he made his first one. And it is in off the rim, but still gets into the basket. So the Hawks get the basketball as they try to take it up the court. That's one Ray Hall, who is defended well, but number 11, Carlos Eubanks, gets the layup to make it a 10-10 game. Great layup there by Eubanks, and a great pass there by Ray Hall for the assist.
Long pass up court.
Oh, and the ball almost goes out of bounds, but the Raiders recover. And Hogan's takes it up, gives it over to Sharp, who goes for 3. Oh, and he makes it.
Beautiful
Great.
Shot.
Just beautiful. It's another three-pointer for the Raiders, and so it is now a 13-10 game. Raiders with the lead. There's Ray Hall, who tries to make a 3 for himself, but it goes off the rim. And the Raiders take it over, and there's Zach Washington just taking it up the court. Oh, and he just misses it. But that's Sterling Sharp who gets the rebound and brings it right back in. We are going to get a replay of the last three-pointer that was made.
Very nice play by Sterling Sharp.
Yes, it was.
Gets a three-pointer and then comebacks to 2 points.
We are actually going to go back to live action. We are sorry for that technical difficulty.
Amazing that Sterling Sharp just put up 5 points on the board like it was nothing.
Yeah, just like in 10 seconds, put up 5 points. Beautiful. And that gives the Raiders a 5-point lead.
You see our referees down there? They're doing a very good job.
Yes, they are. They always call a very fair game. So with 5:52 left in the second period, the Raiders have a 15-10 lead.
I like the referees' uniform.
I do too. They look like zebras.
They do.
I wonder why. I always wondered why they made their uniform that color. I'm not really sure.
It is noticeable.
It is very noticeable. It kind of just sticks out a little bit, so.
Makes you look official as well.
It does. And the Hawks will take it back over. Hawks passing the ball around. Oh, and great defense there by Washington, who gets another steal. Oh, but he just gets, and that ball was blocked. That was Ray Hall who got the block on Washington, but the Raiders are going to keep possession. We are going to get a replay of that last play.
See how he blocks it out of the air and then takes it.
And there's Ray Hall who blocks it, but the Raiders keep the ball because that was off Hall. Washington who goes for the 3. Oh, and Zach Washington with the three-pointer. Just a beauty. That gives the Raiders a 8-point lead. They have suddenly just taken control of this game with a couple of three-pointers and great defense.
Happened in the last game, in the JV game.
We're going to get a replay of that one. So you see the team celebrating there. And we are back to live action and the Hawks will get the inbounds. Hawks trying to come back from their 8-point deficit in the first half. And that's going to go for number 23, Devin Funchess, who hits the 2. A long 2. We're going to get a replay of Funchess' basket there. Oh, just over the 3-point line, so not quite a 3, but close. Beautiful shot, though, as it just goes right in. So that's number 3, Sterling Sharp, who gets another 3-pointer. He is just hitting every shot he's shooting today. That is beautiful shot there by Sharp. And then Caleb Hogans gets the steal and gets the layup, and the Raiders have taken an 11-point lead. All of a sudden, they've just taken complete control of this basketball game.
That was amazing. I thought they were going to stop the streak when the Hawks scored that 2-pointer, but they just kept going.
I thought so, too. The Raiders are just hitting 3 after 3 after 3, getting the turnovers, and then hitting the layups. It seems to be their strategy today, and it's been working really well. So the Hawks have called a timeout.
Build up a strategy for the game.
Trying to make a comeback before this first half is over.
Still 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first half, so they have time.
They have plenty of time. I'm sure the Raider coaches are very happy with how these last couple of minutes have played out, though.
Here's our beautiful audience.
All these great fans who have come out here today to cheer on their respective teams.
I got to cheer for both, though, as I go to both schools.
I didn't know that. I did know that. You come to Harrison for half the day and then go back to North, don't you?
Yes, I do. I go to North for TV10, which is an awesome program.
It really is. And if anyone is interested in high school in the district, you really should think about it because it is an amazing program.
Highly recommend it.
As the Raiders try to get the turnover, but the Hawks keep possession. And so it's going to be Hawks basketball as they take it up the court. And that is going to be a Hawk basketball. So the Hawks try to inbound it, and a really athletic play, but it goes into the bleachers. Trying to save the ball, but he threw it across the court to an invisible man, so nobody could catch that one.
Those are the worst people to throw to.
Yes, they are. Not really good at catching the ball. And that's Kevin Penny with the ball as he tries to dribble it up and gets it to Sterling Sharp, who goes for another 3. But he finally misses one. That would have really been something if he made another one from the same exact place as he made his last 2. So it's going to be Raider basketball as Zach Washington inbounds it. Gives it to Bingham, who gives it to Sharp. Kevin Penny with the basketball now. Oh, good defense there by the Hawks as they get the steal. Bad pass by the Raiders, but it is okay. And the Hawks take it up. Oh, but he is fouled by Bingham. That's number 11, Carlos Eubanks, who was fouled. And we are going to get a replay of that one.
See how he throws his arm up to try to block him, but accidentally fouls him.
Great job by Eubanks to draw the foul. So he's going to get 2 free throws.
Misses the first.
Wide left, but he still has another one to go for. That was the 7th team foul on the Raiders. The Hawks have committed 8. So Eubanks will attempt his second free throw. He misses that one as well, and the Raiders get the rebound. Eubanks is one of the leading free throw attempters coming into the game for the Hawks, though, even though he missed those last two with a 65% free throw percentage. And the Hawks give it back to the Raiders as Kevin Penny will inbound the ball. Gives it to Zach Washington. Bingham dribbles it up court, and he goes for the layup, but misses it. Looking for the foul, but it didn't get called. As the Hawks try to get some points back up on the board, but they missed the layup. That's number 11, Carlos Eubanks with the two-pointer. Great field goal there by Eubanks. And we are going to get a replay of that one.
Jalen passes it to Eubanks, and he throws it up for 2 points.
Yes, he does. Oh, and Bingham is going to get blocked. Wow, 6'7" guy getting blocked doesn't happen too often, but good hops there by the Harrison Hawks. They attempt a three-pointer of their own, and they make it. That's Matt Kassar for the three. And we are going to get a replay of that one. Beautiful shot there by Kassar. And the Raiders have the basketball back as we are back in live action. And over the back foul by the Raiders, so the Hawks will get the basketball back. Nice try there by Sharp, but got called for the foul. About a minute and 30 seconds left in the first half.
Score right now is 17 for the Hawks, 23 for the Raiders.
Hawks have started to make a little bit of a comeback after they were down by about, I believe it was 13 points.
Mike Kassar throwing free throw.
But the Raiders get the rebound, so Raiders will dribble it back up the court. Washington over to Hogan's, but the Hawks steal it. That's Ray Hall.
It's a very good steal from Ray Hall,
who leads the team in steals, actually, with 30 steals. Unbelievable. And that's Eubanks who goes up for the basket but misses, but Devin Funchess gets the putback. Great play there by Funchess. I believe Funchess is a football player too, actually.
He is. He's a very good one too.
Yes, the Harrison Hawks, the state champion Harrison Hawks. Congratulations to them on their state championship. I was at that game when they won over at Ford Field.
Sad to see the season come to an end, but you always have great sports starting up like basketball, boys and girls.
Yep.
Swimming. That's very fun to watch.
I love the winter sports because when it's cold outside, they bring the sports indoors, and it's very comfy in here.
Yes.
Because it is freezing outside. As Sharp will attempt 2 free throws after the Hawks fouled him.
.46 seconds left in the half.
Sharp will attempt his first free throw, and it is no good, so the Hawks get the rebound. But the Raiders get the quick steal.
Good coverage on Funchess.
Yes, it was. The Hawks got to take care of that basketball, don't they?
That they do.
So the pass will go to Sharp, but it was off. Oh, it was off Bingham, so it's going to be Hawks basketball.
Just got his hands in there too quick.
Yes, he did. So 23 seconds left in the first half. The Hawks will take over and try to cut the deficit to 2. Oh, but the Raiders stop them from doing that as they get the steal and call a quick timeout with 13 seconds left to go.
Time flies in a sport like this.
Yes, it does. I'm actually really surprised it's almost halftime. So that is Coach Negoshin leading his team in the huddle, giving them a little bit of a strategy for the last 13 seconds. And there's Coach Mantilla with his team trying to go over a defensive plan to try and stop the Raiders from making the last basket of the half and maybe even try to commit a turnover.
I saw Coach Negosha last game trying to calm down one of the JV coaches. He seemed upset about a play that had happened.
Yeah, coaches can get pretty riled up during the games, and it's always good if there's another coach who can just calm him down and just let him know that it's just a game. Oh, and there's a player down on the court. Looks like he might have hurt his face. Oh, no.
I did not see him go down, but
It's never good when you see a player down on the court like that.
try to find out who that is. Oh, that's Ray Hall.
But he quickly gets up. The team leader in many team stats, so it's a good thing that he is okay. Looks like he may have just gotten,
Knocked in the nose a little bit.
yeah, let's hope he's not bleeding or anything. But with only 6 seconds left to go in the first half, he can always go back in the locker room and get that fixed up. Oh, but now they are going to take him out of the game as he does. It looks like does look like he has a bloody nose. Ugh, those are never fun, are they, John?
No, not at all. Hate bloody noses.
Me too. So the Raiders will take back over.
It looks like during the last meeting, Justin Pitts came in to join the game on the Hawks.
Zach Washington with the so that was a great first half by both teams as the Raiders are up 23-19. And so hopefully we can only hope for a better second half because it sure will be a close game.
That it will.
Any other thoughts? And we are going to go to a public service announcement as we have hit halftime. So we hope you enjoyed.
See you after the half.
And we are back in the second half. We are sorry for the slight delay, but you only missed about 20 seconds and no points were scored. So we are back as the Hawks have just called a quick timeout.
It looks like Raymond Hall has a Band-Aid on his nose from before in the first half when he got hit and his nose started bleeding.
Must have really hurt. And the Raiders will inbound the ball. It's Brendan Schoberg who gets it over to Zach Washington. Over to Sterling Sharp. Raiders showing good teamwork as they pass around the ball. Zach Washington goes up for the 3, but he misses it, and the Hawks
Goes
get the
out
rebound,
of
but the Raiders will take it back over. So it's going to be Raider basketball as Brandon Schoberg will be inbounding the ball. Passes it way back to Zach Washington. Schoberg over to Washington, over to Sharp, who goes to the 3, but he misses it. And, ooh, Schoberg knocks over Matt Kassar trying to go for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Hawks basketball. As Hall gets it over to Kassar, who gets it to Eubanks. Hawks taking it up the court as Hall goes up. Oh, but he loses the ball, and it's going to be Raider basketball.
Losing control of that ball, the Raiders took advantage and knocked it out of his hands.
They've taken advantage of a lot of turnovers today, as the Hawks have lost a few balls here and there.
Silly mistakes.
Yes. As Schoberg looks for a man to pass to, but he instead passes it to the wrong team as the Hawks take it up. That's Eubanks who makes it, and he hits the layup for a 23-21 ball game. The Raiders now only have a 2-point lead as we are only a minute and a half into the second half. Starting to get a little late tonight as we are about to hit 9 o'clock.
Started about an hour late.
But that is okay, as we had a very exciting freshman and JV basketball game. JV basketball game coming down to the final seconds as the Hawks dribble it up the court. That's Hall, and he makes the easy bucket, and it is now a tie game, 23-23. Great shot there by Hall to tie up the game.
The JV Hawks only won by 1 point, but it was a fantastic win.
Won on a free throw attempt with less than a second left, actually. Very exciting. Raiders pass it around as Sharp thinks about taking the shot, but instead it looks like he might have gotten knocked in the head, but the Hawks will keep the ball.
23-23. Wasn't 23 the number of Michael Jordan?
It was, and also it used to be the number of LeBron James too until he changed numbers. So 23 is a pretty big number for basketball players. As the Raiders have the ball after the Hawks knocked it out of bounds. And that's Washington, well defended, as the Hawks will get the steal.
Matt Kassar takes it down.
Oh, but it looks like it might have gone off of Oster's foot, so the Hawks will get the basketball back. That's Matt Kassar, who will be inbounding it. Good teamwork there as off the inbounds. He just misses the 3. But number 23, Devin Funches, tries to hit the shot, but he can't make it. It's going to be a jump ball. So the possession arrow is facing the Hawk side. It's going to be Hawk basketball. Excuse me. I take that back. It will be Raider basketball. So, excuse me for that mistake. And the Raiders will take back over. And that is a Caleb Hogan who gives it to Kevin Penny. But another steal there by the Hawks. Ray Hall takes it up the course, nosebleed it off, and he hits the bucket. So
Taking the lead.
Yep, that will give the Hawks the lead. And the Raiders will take a timeout to try and regroup after they've given up 6 unanswered points and given the Hawks the lead.
Good for the Hawks coming back after that big lead the Raiders had in the first half.
The Raiders hitting a lot of their three-pointers, especially Sterling Sharp. Hit a couple of them and got some steals, but now in the second half, they haven't had great ball control, so the Hawks have stolen the ball a couple of times and taken advantage with a couple of easy shots. There's Coach Mantilla going over strategy with his team. must be happy with the quick start that they've got into the third period. There's Coach Negoshin as his team gets ready to go back on the court. If you are just joining us, we are here at Harrison High School. The Hawks have a 25-23 lead in the third period over the North Farmington Raiders. The Raiders are in gold and the Hawks are in white. So Caleb Hogan's will take back over and gives it over to Sterling Sharp. Caleb Hogan's takes it up the court. Well defended by the Hawks. Almost steal the ball. Oh, great defense there by the Hawks, and it's going to be a jump ball. Great defense there by the Hawks. Great penetration to try and get that basketball. So with the possession arrow favoring the Hawks will take over with the basketball. Real exciting start to the second half, hasn't it been, John?
Oh, it's been very exciting. Lots more action than there were in the first half.
Yes, there has. A lot more baskets, quick baskets, some turnovers. Oh, and there's a great block there by Dorrell Foster. And it's going to be a foul on the Raiders. Zach Washington with the foul. And we are going to get a replay on that one.
Here's Carlos trying to save the ball, and then he is fouled.
Putting their bodies on the line, diving for that basketball. And so the Raiders will have the ball. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. The Hawks basketball. The player just didn't really know where to get set. And Jalen Upshaw takes it up court. Good deflection by the Raiders, and the Hawks will get the basketball back. Shot there by Eubanks, and he hits it. The Hawks have just not missed any of their baskets in the second half so far. They're just hitting on all angles. Great shots there by the Hawks.
Seems like they came out stronger than the Raiders did the second half.
Yes, they did. A lot of energy coming into it.
So many steals.
Like that one right there. The Raiders have got to keep control of the basketball if they want to have any chance to stay in this game. As Eubanks dribbles it and gives it over to Jalen Upshaw, who hits it. Great shot there by Jalen Upshaw, number 0.
And
they're
3 points.
Three-pointer, great shot. Looked to be just behind the three-point line there.
That's score on the screen is not correct. It is Hawks 30 and Raiders 23.
Sorry for that technical difficulty. As the Raiders have lost the ball again and the Hawks take over. That's Eubanks again with the layup. Beautiful shot there by Eubanks. And the Hawks have suddenly jumped out to a 32-23 lead. They were down by 4 coming into the second half, and all of a sudden they've taken a 9-point lead. 13 unanswered points by the Hawks to start off the second half.
Just amazing. All in 5 minutes in the first.
Just unbelievable.
The first period of the second half.
It just seems like all of their shots have been going in the second half so far. The Raiders have just got to learn to make smart passes and keep control of that basketball as they've gotten a few stolen away from them. The Hawks have now jumped out to their biggest lead in the ball game, a 9-point lead with 3 points to go in the third period, as they will try to keep that up, and I'm sure the Raiders will attempt to make a comeback, as there's still plenty of time, exactly 11 minutes left in the entire game. Plenty of time for and so the Raiders will inbound the ball. That's Brennan Schoberg, number 11, who will be inbounding it, the senior. So Zach Washington will give it back to Schoberg as they try to dribble it up the court. Almost stolen again by the Hawks.
He passes it to number 0.
That's Washington with the ball as he gives it to Schoberg. Gives it to Sharp, who attempts the three, and he hits it!
Oh my gosh.
He has made so many three-pointers today. I believe that it's probably his third or fourth. But, oh, Eubanks tries to hit that layup, but he misses it. And we're going to get a replay of Sharp's three-pointer.
He's open, and he just goes for it. So smooth. Sterling got knocked down.
He's going to get 3 free throws as he attempted the three-point shot and was fouled. So that could be another 3 points for Sharp. Beautiful, beautiful play there. As I said, the Raiders had plenty of time for a comeback, and it looks like they're starting to make it. If they hit all 3 of their free throws here, it will only be a 3-point game. Oh, but he misses that first one. Still 2 more to go, though.
It's amazing that Sterling is only a sophomore, and he is one of the best players on the field.
It seems like they've got a great future ahead of them in this team. The seniors on the Raiders are Zach Washington, Chad Bridges, Brendan Schoberg, Marcus Wilson, Urban Bingham, and Tyler Coos. But they've got plenty of other players who will be around for their future.
The seniors on the Hawk team are Jalen Upshaw, Raymond Hall, Carlos Eubanks, Evan Patton.
And also Devin Darby.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I missed that. Devin Darby.
All right. As Sharp missed all 3 of his free throws, it seems like he can only hit it from behind the three-point line. But that is okay. I'm sure the Raiders still appreciate that. As the Hawks pass it around. And that's DeMarco Red who hits the layup, and it is now a 8-point basketball game. 34-26 Hawks. Good shot there by Red.
A replay of that last basket.
Just a beauty right there. Great shot there by the 6'2 sophomore. Schoberg pressured as he gives it over to Washington, but Schoberg gets it back. Sharp gets the ball. Over to Washington, back to Schoberg, who makes the shot, but it's off right, and the Hawks will get the rebound. Hawks taking it up court. Great ball control there. Red makes another shot. Same exact shot as that last one, just from the other side of the basket. And so now it is now a 10-point ball game.
Same shot and just as beautiful.
Yes, it was. That's Hogan.
A replay of that last shot.
Great shot there. And while we were away, there was a foul on the Hawks, so Urban Bingham will be attempting free throws.
Urban, very good at free throws.
Yes, he is. He's got to concentrate on the basket, and shouldn't be too hard as he hits that first one, makes it look easy. It is now a 36-27 basketball game as Carlos Eubanks has been subbed out of the game. Bingham will attempt his second free throw, trying to go 2 for 2 on this trip. And he hits it. Makes both of his free throws to make it an 8-point basketball game as time begins to wind down in the third period. About 45 seconds left. Hawks pass it around. Good defense there by the Raiders.
Hawks want to make sure they execute the perfect shot.
And Red hits another layup. Great job there by Red. That's 3 straight layups there for Red.
Hawks leading by 10. It's 38-28 with 18 seconds left in the third period.
And that was Kevin Penny who was fouled by the Hawks. So the Raiders are going to keep the basketball. Brendan Schoberg will inbound it. Bingham gives it over to Schoberg, and they pass it around to Penny. Sharp attempts the shot, but it's off. And time will wind down in the third period. So at the end of the third period, the Hawks have a 10-point lead against the visiting Raiders. It is a 38-28 score, as we still have 8 minutes left to go in the game. Just one more period left to go. So the Raiders will try to make the comeback, a 10-point comeback, and it is still very possible, and it's anyone's game.
Do you think they'll be able to do it? They've done it in the first period.
They hit a lot of shots in the first half, so if they can go back to what they were doing in the first half, I think it can be a really close game. They just got to make sure that they keep control of that basketball, because the Hawks have taken advantage of a few turnovers.
And for our audience, don't forget TV10 is your place for all sports in the Farmington Public Schools. We have girl and boy basketball, swimming. What are some other sports on right now?
Well, we've also got wrestling, which goes on during the winter, and many other sports as well.
And
during the fall, we also cover football and soccer, and during the spring, we cover such sports as, well, we cover many sports.
We cover spring sports in the spring.
Yes, we do.
And don't forget, we also have newscasts on Fridays. We go live.
The Raiders pass around the basketball as Bingham attempts to shot, but it is off. And Penny gets the rebound, gives it over to Sharp, who gives it to Hogan. Sharp with the shot, and he hits another three-pointer. 3 points for number 3, Sterling Sharp.
He by far is the best scorer in this game so far.
He has to be. Just
multiple 3
points. Yep. For number 3. I think there's a reason why they gave him number 3 on that uniform. As the Hawks pass around the basketball. Clutch's shot is off the mark, but the Hawks get their own rebound, the offensive rebound. Raiders trying to stop them on defense, but the Hawks have great passing skills, but and the Hawks will recover still. Still Hawk possessions. They keep on passing around that basketball. It's pass after pass after pass. They have to attempt a shot at some point, don't you think?
Pretty much a passing game right now until number 35.
That was DeMarco Red again with another layup. DeMarco Red has been hot in the second half. He's hitting layup after layup. I believe he has 8 points in the second half so far. So it is now a 9-point basketball game with 6 minutes and 9 seconds left to go, 40-31. But Urban Bingham hits the shot, and it's now a 40-33 basketball game, just like that. So it is still anyone's basketball game. Great shot there by Bingham.
Still 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this period.
The Hawks have called a timeout as Coach Mantilla wants to go over some strategy for the upcoming minutes.
So far in this half, this half, the Hawks have 3 fouls and North has 1. As we saw in the first half, the Hawks are heavy foulers, and
yep, they play a pretty aggressive game, and when that happens, you can tend to get some fouls called on you, but they are both very, very, I'm sure they're not intentionally following the other team. They're still trying to keep it a very safe and fair game as well. As we take a look at some of our amazing fans who have come out to watch these two teams battle tonight. These fans seem excited as they are getting ready for an exciting 6 minutes and 5 seconds to end this game.
I know I am excited.
I'm very excited. I'm almost jumping out of my seat right now. The Hawks are passing it around, trying to take it up court. And Ray Hall hits the shot, but it's off the mark. But the Hawks get it back.
Great throw in by Jalen Upshaw for that shot at the net by Devin Funches.
It was all made possible by the steal of Jalen Upshaw. Great play. Raiders have to pay attention with that basketball. Can't afford to make many more mistakes.
The Hawks are very good at their teamwork.
Oh, and that is a three-pointer by, I believe that was Caleb Hogans. It is now a 6-point basketball game as the Raiders are trying to stay in it as Sharp steals the ball. Oh, but it's going to be off the Hawks as they try to get the ball back, but great ball control there by the Raiders. So it's going to be Raiders basketball as Hogans will inbound it, looking for an open guy. Gives it to Bingham, who hits the layup and one, and the team is pumped up. Great play there by Bingham to hit the basket and draw the foul.
Looks like the North Raiders are coming back a little bit. Only 4-point difference now, 42-38.
As Bingham will try to finish off the three-point play with a free throw attempt here. And, oh, it's off the rim, and the Hawks will get the rebound. Oh, but it's going to be, the Raiders try to steal the ball, but the Hawks will keep possession. The ball went out of bounds. Ray Hall gives it over to Carlos Eubanks, who gives it to Jalen Upshaw. Hawks doing a great job passing the ball tonight. Great teamwork. DeMarco Red almost loses the ball, but he keeps it and gives it over to Carlos Eubanks as he drives up the court. Gives it to Ray Hall over to Jalen Upshaw.
Carlos Eubanks is very fast, so he can get up the court easily.
Yes, he is. As Devin Funches lost the ball, and the Raiders are going to go for the layup, and one! He hits the basket and draws the foul. Another three-point play by the Raiders. Beautiful, as they will try to make this a one-point basketball game. Caleb Hogan made the shot and drew the foul. That's the second straight time they have done that. And the Hawks will call a timeout to try and regroup before Hogan's attempts at free throw. All of a sudden, with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in this fourth period, it is only a 2-point basketball game with the Raiders about to attempt a free throw to only make it one. What an exciting fourth quarter this has been, hasn't it?
It has. Raiders have come back after losing for a little while, but they are amazing.
They have taken advantage of a couple of shots with some fouls that were drawn. So great job by the Raiders, great athleticism. And so it looks like it will be going down to the wire. And I'm very, very excited. And it looks like some of these fans are too. Looks like some of these Hawks students are getting very pumped up to try and cheer on their Hawks to a victory. But Mr. Negocian and the Raiders are going to try and stop that. I wonder why at the end of a timeout the teams do that little clap. I never really figured that out, but
maybe
I guess
to break the huddle, but I don't know why they would need to do that.
I know. I guess it might be a sign of teamwork or sportsmanship. I'm not really sure, but I like it. It looks cool with everyone clapping in unison like that.
Maybe to get everyone pumped up and ready.
Yes. As these teams, I'm sure, are very pumped up as Caleb Hogans will attempt the free throw to try and complete his three-point play. And it is off the mark. And, ooh, the Raiders will go for the rebound as they go for that ball. Kevin Penny dove for that ball, but the Hawks got it back. As Eubanks will dribble it up the court and give it to Kassar.
Eubanks very good at getting up the court.
Very fast, a lot of speed and agility. And that's Eubanks who will give it over to DeMarco Red, but it is going to be a traveling call. You cannot take steps in basketball. You must dribble the ball if you're going to want to walk. So it's going to be Raider basketball as Kevin Penny will inbound it. Kevin Penny takes it up the court and gives it to Caleb Hogans. Back to Penny. Back to Hogans. Back to Penny. Back and forth. They give it to Bingham, who hits the shot. Urban Bingham has tied up this game at 42-42 with under 4 minutes left to go in the game. And the Hawks pass it out of bounds. The Hawks are going to keep it as we watch this replay. And Bingham, just a beautiful shot there from the free throw line to tie up the game.
I bet both teams are feeling pressure right now.
I bet they are.
Only 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to win this game.
And it's just been back and forth the entire game as both teams seem like they want to win it. As I'm sure they do. As the Hawks pass it around. Oh, and the steal. That's Sharp with the steal on Devin Funches there. Kevin Penny takes it up the court. Bingham with the ball as he will try to make another basket, but instead they will give it to Dorrell Foster, who was fouled, and so they will make more free throws. The Hawks really starting to, their foul count is really starting to get up there as they now have 16 fouls to only the Raiders 1. As you can see on that scoreboard right there, 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the game, as the Raiders will attempt free throws to try and take the lead. But that first one is off the mark, so they still have one more to go. Dorrell Foster, the 6'5" junior. Oh, and they missed the second one as well, so the Hawks will take over. Good defense, though, there by the Raiders as Eubanks slits, but he gets back up and takes it out the court. And there's the shot by Ray Hall, and he hits it. Beautiful shot there by Ray Hall. And I believe they're going to call that, oh, that's going to be a three-pointer. We are going to get a replay of that three-pointer by Ray Hall. Oh, from way beyond the three-point arc. Just a beauty as it goes in.
Just a great shot.
Thank you to our replay booth over in our truck, as everyone here today at TV10 has been doing a wonderful job at the game. And Urban Bingham has just hit the shot to make it a one-point game. Another great layup there by Urban Bingham. Carlos Eubanks takes it up the court. Oh, and they're going to call him for traveling. Another traveling call there on the Hawks. Coach Mantilla can't be happy about that. I'm sure that's one of the first basic rules. You got to dribble with the ball. So
a lot of traveling calls.
Yeah, a lot of them today. Especially this close of a game with this little time left to go, only about 2 minutes left. And that is Dorrell Foster, who gets the Raiders the 46-45 lead. Beautiful layup there by Foster. And now the Raiders will try to hold on to that lead as we will look at a replay. Beautiful shot there by Foster. Just poetry in motion right there. And Kassar has the basketball, passing it over to Jalen Upshaw, back to Kassar.
These players have to be worn out.
I bet they are. It's the long game.
A lot of players been in here the whole game.
Oh, and that will be Jalen Upshaw who fouls the Raiders. So another foul on the Hawks. 17 fouls in the second half. Sterling Sharp was the player fouled, so he will attempt free throws. Not as easy as it looks shooting free throws. You really got to concentrate. But he makes that first one and makes it actually look easy.
Now, the Raiders are ahead by 2 points. See if Sterling can grab another one for him.
The Hawks still very much in this, though, as there's still a minute and a half left to play. Going to come right down to the final seconds anyway. As Sharp attempts a second free throw, and he hits it. So now the Raiders have a 3-point lead after Sharp makes both of his free throws. Hawks trying to keep possession of that basketball as they take it up court. That's Eubanks, who goes for the layup, and he's fouled. I believe that foul was on number 30. Oh, excuse me, number 3, Sterling Sharp. So Carlos Eubanks will attempt a couple of free throws to try and bring this game closer. It's kind of cool when he's attempting a free throws how silent this arena gets. It's been loud all night, but then as he attempts the free throws, the gymnasium is just silent.
Quieted by tension.
Yes, it is. The gym starts to sound like the library. Oh, and he hits the second one. So he hits one of his 2 free throws, and the Raiders take over. Oh, and they almost lose the ball, but great play there by Hogans to keep the basketball. As they give it to Bingham, who attempts the shot. Oh, and it's in and out, and the Hawks